Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Nux. So, in my last video, I mentioned when I was talking about Gintama's Shogun arc that,
I should maybe make a top 10 Shounen arcs list because this arc was really good.
and I wasn't really sure if I was gonna do one or if I was just saying it was a consideration, but whatever. It popped out of my mouth and you guys all seem to like the idea. God knows why. Apparently you like my opinions. Well, I like my opinions too. So here's my top 10 Shonen arcs. Before I begin, let me explain how I give credit to each arc. They have to be an arc that overwhelms the other arcs in the series, whereas if it's awesome but flat the whole way through, the arc wouldn't stand out as much individually. And also, yes, length does count, because making a 4-episode shonen arc epic is less awesome than making an 100-episode shonen arc epic. Everything else is personal opinion. So let's do this! Number 10, the MAGNOSTADT arc in MAGI, the Kingdom of Magic. Quick 2-minute backstory. So, MAGI is 2 seasons, each 25 episodes, and each taking up about 100 chapters in the manga. The manga is about 300 chapters thus far. MAGI was made by A1 Pictures, an anime that's known for not being faithful to the manga in a bad way. Boo, Exorcist! And, the reputation held true in the first season. Now, the first season was still spectacular. In fact, it was one of the greatest, anime seasons ever. I really like MAGI. But they still could have made it better if they would have followed the manga. The second season, they were more faithful, thankfully, and they honestly did a wonderful job. The MAGNOSTADT arc takes place for, the last 2/3 of the second season. And, guys, remember how I said before that if it's only, 4 episodes, I don't count it, and this is only, 15? Well, this was really freaking good. I don't mean to offend anybody, but yes, this was really good. Well, screw the rules. This was awesome. It feels longer because so much freaking happened. So, the 3 protagonists split ways, each doing their own crap, and it was really fun how each of them progress and each meet new characters along the way. Morgiana bumping into Yunnan was awesome. I love Yunnan. Alibaba finding a girlfriend, well, that was awesome. As well as his fight against the Bahadur of the Kingdom of Magic. And Aladdin's journey honestly was pretty awesome as well. I really enjoyed the characters he made friends with, like Sphinctus and gruesome Dumbledore dude, whatever his name may have been. And I especially enjoyed when the 3 of them met up together in the final massive cataclysmic battle against the Wicked Avatar, a big black blob, which, yes, in anime standards, you want to make something the core of evil, it's sort of a big black blob. That's generally how it goes. Anyway, they fought the big black blob tremendously awesomely with all sides, all 6 separate teams converging in one final epic battle so magnanimously awesome. Dudes, it was wicked. Guys, you have to watch MAGI. By the way, it's only 50 episodes so far. Check it out so you can pray with me for a 3rd season. Yes, I'm excited about the prequel next season. However, a 3rd season would be awesome as well. Number 9. For nostalgia's sake, we'll put NAMEK on here. Yes, Dragon Ball Z's NAMEK arc. I do think it was the high point of Dragon Ball Z, as it's when the story actually got somewhere good. There are these 7 Dragon Balls, and they are going from hand to hand and from team to team. Whether it's from Frieza to Vegeta to Gohan to, well, Goku shows up at one point. I think the reason why I like the season so much was because Goku wasn't in it for most of it. Well, maybe that's just me. I like Vegeta better. Sorry, Goku fans. Anyway, I'll be 100% honest with you. The Team 4 Stars Abridged parody on this season was better than the actual season in the real show. Is that weird? Maybe. I don't give a damn. About 3.5 hours long. Worth every minute. The thing is bloody gold. Number 8. The Grand Magic Games in Fairy Tail. Yes, the Tenro arc was awesome. Yes, the Tartaros arc ended with a good taste in my mouth, I guess, if something would have happened at the end. And yes, I'm really enjoying the currently airing Fairy Tail Zero, but since it's not over, I cannot count it, and even if it would be over, it probably wouldn't be as awesome as the Grand Magic Games. The Grand Magic Games I found awesome for several reasons. The first is, well, Fairy Tail was looked down upon by every other guild for being comprised of suckers because of an epic thing that happened. 7 years after the epic thing happened, however, it was time for a comeback. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but the Fairy Tail comeback in the Grand Magic Games was so awesome, climaxing with the Battle of the 4 Dragons. Guys, that is a generational battle, and it's one that I will always remember and rewatch whenever I'm down watching Natsu beat the 2 of them. Oh my god, that was so wicked. It's hard to contain my awesomeness as I move on to number 7. The reason why I made this list, it's the Shogun assassination arc in Gintama. People, out of the series I've mentioned thus far, yes, Dragon Ball Z has very minimal blood, and yes, MAGI has some blood too, I guess, if it's necessary. There's more blood in the bodies of the characters of Gintama than in Kenpachi's Araki, which is saying a lot, by the way. That guy bleeds more than Kisame pees. The fight scenes in the assassination arc were wicked. The storyline was basically,
Guys, assassinate the Shogun!
but somehow they did it in a really awesome way. From top to bottom, that arc was awesome, without a single dull moment. Even when there were supposed to be dull moments, like, you know, the mandatory explanation parts, they were funny as hell, doing what Gintama does best. Guys, it was really awesome. It also was not very long. It was about the length of the MAGNOSTADT arc, and, well, I enjoy the MAGNOSTADT arc, so suck it. It's here. Let's move on to number 6. So the next 3, well, you'll see. Number 6, the CHUUNIN exam from Naruto. So I try to do one arc per series, so I will not be doing the Invasion of Pain arc, and I will not be doing the arc where Shikamaru and Kakashi's team fights Hidan and Kakuzu, which was my second favorite arc, and I'll be doing the CHUUNIN exam arc. This arc is the nostalgia blast of the Naruto series. It is its core, and everything good that happens in the Naruto franchise stems from the CHUUNIN arc. It's where we got introduced to Orochimaru. It's where Sasuke got his curse mark thing and his leap towards evil. It's where we met every main character, literally till Killer Bee. Guys, it had the best backstory of almost any animes I've ever seen. I mean, what show does any character get a backstory as awesome as Lee's that makes you love the guy? And then what anime will tear him to shreds? Okay, maybe that wasn't the most awesome part of the series, but whatever. Tons of characters that I liked, fights that I liked, and just all-round stuff. CHUUNIN exams was 80 episodes, and I loved the entire freaking thing. Let's move on. Number 5. It's a One Piece arc. That's the hint. Now, there are 3 awesome arcs in One Piece, in my opinion. There's the Alabasta arc, just because I love Crocodile and his broke works. There's the Marineford arc, pretty much the climax where every powerful guy mixes up into a massive fight. And there's my favorite arc, the ENES Lobby arc. I like this arc best for several reasons. Well, first of all, it's over 100 episodes. That's always a plus. Secondly, Robin's backstory showed up finally, as I knew it had to because, you know, can't have a happy backstory in the bloody series. And it was great to see Frankie show up on the team. The guy's very funny, including how they got him on the ship. Yes, stealing one's pants is the way to get them to join your crew. Good to know. Also, I really enjoyed
SHOGUN's
arrival, as well as his theme song. Another really wicked thing. The Straw Hat Pirate crew managed to take down the world government. Yes, people, it was very pumpy indeed. It was better than the CHUUNIN exam arc, in my opinion, just because of the pumpiness alone. The CHUUNIN exam arc, nobody won. In the One Piece arc, guys, I was like rooting for them, and it paid off. It was wicked awesome. And Zoro used a really cool move. Just saying, I really like that move. Even though it was against a square giraffe. Doesn't matter. He killed that square giraffe. Number 4, the Soul Society arc in Bleach. So this arc started about 16 episodes in where the characters were taught to us.
The characters comprised of Ichigo and Rukia.
Yes, they introduced both of those characters to us very well in those first 16 episodes, and now Rukia was about to be executed.
Ichigo and his couple of friends that we knew nothing about had to infiltrate the Soul Society to take down all these really powerful guys. How is he gonna do it? Well, with plot armor up his sleeve, he can do anything.
Now, watch as he takes down all the powerful guys, one by one, moving up in power, until he manages to save Rukia. By the way, since then, every arc of Bleach, someone got kidnapped and he had to save him. By the way, that someone was Orihime, just saying. This arc is one of the greatest shonen arcs. I love the fight scenes, and I love the characters, and well, I loved meeting the captains. The captains are some of my favorite characters of the entire series. The ex-captains are cooler, but the captains are awesome too. I really, really enjoyed it, every minute of it, especially the evil, sinister plan lurking in the background, which reared its ugly head in the finale.
Guys, I love this arc. It was awesome.
Number 3, the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood now. Oh, people like the original Fullmetal Alchemist and how it ended? Well, those people can shove their opinion because my opinion is better, okay? Look at the ratings, you'll see I'm right. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood's finale took every character throughout the series, threw them at each other in this massive final convoluted thingo, and blew shit up. Yes, it was awesome. The fight scene in Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood were amongst the greatest anime has shown us. The characters are amongst the greatest, and well, everything else is pretty much about the greatest as well. I was thinking of mentioning the Briggs arc because I really enjoyed that. However, it just couldn't stand up to the epicness of the finale. This is that series that I was, warning you about in the beginning, that the entire series was good from beginning to end, so this didn't stand out that much. However, it stood out just enough to make it here to number 3 as the 3rd greatest shonen arc of all time. Anyway, let's move on.
Number 2.
Everyone saw this coming. In fact, when I told them I was going to make a top arcs list, everyone was like, oh, so the Hunter x Hunter 2011 YORKNEW City arc is going to be on there, right? Well, guys, right. It's number 2. It's when the Phantom Troupe was introduced and Gon was kicked off his pedestal of protagonist and Kurapika was put up there instead. Yes, you guys were always making fun of me for calling him Kurapika. I apologize. It's Kurapika. Does it really make a difference? Let's move on. The Phantom Troupe is like the greatest evil organization ever. They overshadow the Akatsuki, the Espada, or any dark guild that other shonen arcs can throw at us, because they were actually like some of my favorite characters in the series. And their 2 episodes of screen time in the Chimera Ant arc were sort of my highlight of the Chimera Ant arc.
Aside from Netero and Gon's final battles, those things were wicked.
But aside from that, the YORKNEW City arc managed to keep my attention from point A to point B.
And people, please continue Hunter x Hunter 2011. Guys, please.
Alright, let's do some honorable mentions. So, for the honorable mentions, I would like to tell you some reasonist shonen arcs that I loved. Assassination Classroom's Assassination Vacation at the end of the first season. Yes, it's only like 5 episodes. And people, that's why it's not on the actual list. The Spring Tournament in Shokugeki no Soma. Well, hopefully it'll be continuing in the 2nd season. And, maybe it may make the top 10 eventually because
I don't know why. It's about freaking food, but I was so excited every week for the next episode. I even scared myself.
And finally, I know it's only a couple episodes, but the Round Table arc in Lock Horizon was wicked. With possibly the greatest strategy done by any character ever, how he blackmailed all those bastards into joining his thingo. But guys, that was wicked. I mean, it was probably the reason why I liked Log Horizon as much as I did. And yes, I'm gonna have to change my profile picture soon. It's out of date, but whatever. Guys, I apologize for the next 2. I didn't really watch the series, only bits and pieces of him, and I would like to let you know what I think. Yu Yu Hakusho's Chapter Black is supposed to be awesome as far as I know, as well as that KYOTO arc or the Revenge arc, whatever, in RURONI Kenshin. I do intend to watch both series, except I haven't really had much of a draw to them, being as the animation is, well, another era, sort of. And after Fate's Day Night, you can't really go back. But whatever, I do intend eventually to get there. I would like to know what you think, if it's worth it or not or whatever. But yeah, I'm putting those there. I apologize if they really deserve to make the list, but sorry, dudes.
And one final honorable mention I just needed to add desperately. It's the MYOTUSMON arc in Digimon Adventure. When they actually came to the real world with their Digimons, and everyone was like, what the flip are those things? And they were like, oh, they're little bastard monkeys. And it sort of makes sense. The reason why it's not on the actual list is not because it's worse than the others. It's because if you didn't watch the series when you were a kid, you would probably not like the series, just like I would probably think that Naruto moves really slowly now, unlike I thought when I was watching it, and it was like God's gift to the world. Anyway, glad I got the MYOTUSMON arc out there. I thought it was awesome and hilarious in the beginning, and it was traumatic and dramatic in the middle, and it was like, whoa, at the end, especially when they became megas. So, there, got some childhood on this list. Let's move on to number 1.
My number 1 is an arc that many of you may not have liked, because I know many people do not like the following series. I loved the Battle Tendency, or the Pillermen arc, in JOJO'S Bizarre Adventure 2012. It took place at episode 10, and it went on until about episode 25 or whatever. This 15-episode arc, even though I said I didn't want to put in little arcs, was better than, in my opinion, all the other arcs. Even the CHUUNIN exams arc, which was like 60 episodes, or then this lobby arc, which was 100, or the Soul Society, which was 60 or whatever. This thing really, really was a masterpiece. From beginning to end, every moment was awesome. Joestar became one of my favorite protagonists of all time, and it had one of the greatest death scenes, in my opinion, in all of anime. Guys, it's what every shonen should aspire to be. I do want to tell you, like I've told you many times in the past, watch JOJO'S Bizarre Adventure before the next season, so we can all enjoy Season 4 together. It starts with this, JOJO'S Bizarre Adventure 2012. The first 9 episodes are about Jonathan Joestar against Dio, his adopted brother. That is not nearly as good and does not hold a candle to the epicness of the Battle Tendency arc, which follows it. Here are my top 10 shonen arcs. Tell me if you think I missed any. Tell me if you think the Battle Tendency arc sucks. I don't care. I love to hear your opinions, just like I hope you like to hear mine. And please, none of you mention the Naruto Final War arc, because I don't want to mention an arc that's like 600 episodes and going. I mean, the amount of filler in there is outrageous. And yes, filler contributes to the suckiness of the arc, in my personal opinion.
Which is why I like JoJo's that didn't waste a freaking minute. Have a great evening.